Hey listeners, it's Paul Andriola here. Why not join our community at Small Cap Discoveries, where we offer our members direct access to some of the best microcap investment opportunities available. Our members are getting access to premium microcap financings, research reports, and direct access to management. Sign up today at www.smallcapdiscoveries.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Small Cap Discoveries conference call. Today in our call, we have CEO Gord Breese back from Katipult Technologies for an update. Katipult trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol FUND and on the OTC under KTPPF. The company is currently trading at 16 cents with roughly 71 million shares outstanding, or about $11 million market cap. I'd now like to hand it over to Paul Andriola.
Hey, thanks a lot, Trevor. Yeah, great to have Gord back. Gord, always good to get sort of updated on some of the past interviews we've done. So looking forward to catching up a little bit and learning about what Katipult's now doing in 2022. So why don't I hand it over to you, Gord? Thanks for joining us. Tell us, before we sort of get in the updates, tell us again what Katipult is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul, great to chat with you again. Great to see everybody. Yeah, Katipult is a fintech SaaS provider of a platform specifically for the alternative investment or private capital market space. So this is a segment of the financial services market that we believe has been underserved, and we built a platform that is deployed in over 35 customers. It's got a global market footprint in terms of serving customers worldwide, and we've expanded in our team and certainly enhanced our platform for this market. So we're excited to share the update with you here today.
Fantastic. Well, why don't we sort of before we jump to sort of the forward-looking sort of questions, why don't we talk about how do you think 2021 went for you guys? What were your challenges? What were your highlights? What can you tell us?
Yeah, it was certainly a growth year for Katipult. We've further enhanced our product and really based on some of our key high-profile customers and anchor customers, including the TMX, Canaccord Genuity, Raymond James, Cormark, and Echelon have really put ourselves, I think, in a great position to take that product, to take our platform, and further expand our market footprint here in Canada as well as the U.S. Certainly, the pandemic, created a lot of energy and a lot of initiatives within organizations to further digitize their processes, and that worked very well in terms of the acceptance and interest in Katipult's capabilities for this market.
Now, I used to work in the brokerage industry, and I knew what the back office looked like, and it was always something that scared me because there was just so much activity going on back there. Gord, maybe just give some examples of some of the things you're actually doing in the back office that helps the process.
Yeah, absolutely. So if your audience is familiar with a private placement investment vehicle, it's typically a fairly complex legal document that's created. It's developed typically by very specialized legal folks to reflect the details of the investment. That's loaded up on the Katipult platform. It's distributed electronically to qualified investors. There's a guided process for those investors to participate in the investment vehicle, and that's curated and marshaled back into the compliance and back office teams for final kind of review. So that's a process that's typically been very manual. So instead of electronic subscription documents, the old model is to email PDFs. Investors have to sort through it themselves, sign, initial, and return back. So that's an example of the capability that Katipult provides, is to fully digitize that whole process and make it very simple for investors and all of the participants in that transaction, that process, to make it fully digital, streamlined workflow, simple user experience for everybody. So that's a way to tame some of the chaos that you refer to, Paul.
Yeah, good. I'm sure there's a lot of happy people seeing less chaos in the back. So you noted some well-known brokerage firms as clients right now. How do you give us a sense of sort of what the growth looks like going forward? Is it? I mean, clearly you're going to go out and try to find more these brokerage firms and financial institutions, but is there also sort of a sort of an expand approach? Is there other services you can sell to the Canacords and Cormarks of the world?
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. So you're right. One of the primary drivers for us is to take the success we've had, the proven market readiness of our product and add more customers. But we also see a pretty compelling opportunity to work with our existing customers and expand their use of Katipult through a network model. So you're familiar, Paul, with the idea of a co-syndicated deal where you've got not one broker, but multiple brokerages that are involved in raising capital. And today that's a pretty uncoordinated effort where you've got people using phone calls and emails to try and coordinate an offering, a deal. We are working with our customers on being able to take a single investment vehicle, a private placement, and make it available across a network. So that there is an expanded use of our product. We see some additional services and ultimately revenue being generated from that network service model. And we're excited about bringing that to the market for sure.
Perfect. Let's talk about sort of financially the business in 2021. Give us a sense of where you're at, sort of your cash position, what sort of financial resources you might need to continue to grow the business.
Yeah, we've talked up recently with an investment from Canaccord Genuity, so our cash position is very solid. We actually haven't released our 2021 full results. We expect to make those available in April. But from the previous 12 months reported earnings and reported revenues, we're tracking about north of $1.5 million in recurring revenue. And again, our cash position is well set. We're certainly going to look for opportunities to go to the market to top up with an additional investment, and we'll be working with investors and our board on what that looks like.
And I also noticed that you've added some new faces to the company. Maybe talk to a little bit about the team and some of the new people on board.
Yeah, absolutely. So one notable addition is a new board member, George Resnick, who joined the firm. George brings 25 years of CFO experience. He's got a ton of experience in private and public markets. A strong leader in helping us, certainly in terms of guidance and support of the business. Steve Smith is also a new executive that joined the team. Steve is heading up our sales organization, and he comes from a space, the front funder organization that he was employed at. Brings a ton of experience and insight into how we can take the Katipult platform and expand our market footprint. A big focus for the organization going forward, Paul, is around developing our business and our sales structure and model to pursue the U.S. market. The U.S. market represents really half the global market for private capital deals. And we know that there's a large market for us to tap into and to expand for sure.
Let's talk about so the U.S. market clearly it's very big, but how do you tackle it, and what do you see as your challenges to tackle a market, and what's the competitive landscape look like?
Yeah, there's the way we are approaching it in our model of how we believe we can be successful in the U.S. is really to take advantage of a tier one customer that we've secured. Raymond James brings us a ton of credibility in the space. We've refined some of the investment structure models that we need to support in the platform with our work with Raymond James. But certainly, the market is quite similar to Canada in terms of the use of more manual, simplified technologies like DocuSign. So our story resonates very well in the U.S. In terms of the model and the approach we've taken here in Canada, where we're able to provide a single platform that's unified from deal initiation to deal close, to enable those customers to have a really seamless experience. So we're confident in our ability to pursue this market. I mean, I personally have a lot of experience with other enterprise software businesses and growing a U.S. market footprint, and we'll certainly bring a lot of that proven experience and knowledge and know-how to do the same for Katipult.
Mm-hmm. And Gord, what do you see as your biggest challenge moving the business forward?
I think there is lots of awareness in the market for the war for talent. So finding people that have the skills and the capabilities in terms of engineering, software development, and also frankly knowing this space, knowing this market. One of the things that we are doing to respond to that is working with universities and colleges in terms of being able to recruit talented engineers into the business. We have a pretty robust training and development program where we bring those people into the organization. We spend a lot of time around introducing the private capital market space. We've got a program that we call the Katipult Academy that's really designed to ensure that people understand the nuances of this market, the requirements. What does a private capital deal look like? How is it structured? And really provide them with those skills and that insight necessary to contribute to the organization. I think from an addressable market standpoint, for us, it's really about scaling up the team and the business in order to pursue the market.
And just in general, from the standpoint of investors, what should they be looking out for in 2022? What are your goals and dreams for 2022?
Sure. So I've talked about our expansion into the U.S. market. We are also adding additional services into our product portfolio. So, for example, one of the products that we've recently introduced is something called Data Hub, which is a service that we license to our customers to enable them to make it very easy to bring in legacy data from systems of record. So, for example, investor data records in systems like IBM's DB2, legacy platform. We're able to bring in that data very seamlessly, very easy, with error-free, make it very, very simple for our customers to adopt our technology and coexist with their existing system. So you'll see us, continue to innovate in this space, build out the platform, but really with a focus on expanding our customer footprint. We've invested significantly in the product set. We've demonstrated to the market that it is enterprise, customer ready, very scalable, very secure. It's really about us taking that and expanding the customer set.
Fantastic. And then I guess what sort of metrics or catalysts or anything? How can an investor really sort of gauge how you guys are performing? I mean, are we to look for new customers, sizable customers? Are we look to any kind of metric? What would you suggest we look for?
Yeah, absolutely. So like most SaaS businesses, the most important metric for us is our recurring monthly revenue. So the MRR metric, we report that on a quarterly basis. We are, that's the magic of that side of our business, is that it generates substantial margins. We've been able to demonstrate a pretty impressive margin performance in the business, and we expect that to continue. So, as we add customers, we typically make those announcements, as we bring customers on. But ultimately, the most important metric for investors is to measure and look at our MRR performance.
And Gord, can you give us just a sense of how, what's your sort of total addressable market, let's say North America? How big could you guys be?
Yeah, well, it's a great question, Paul. I mean, the exciting part of this of our story is that the value of the alternative investment space is in excess of $1 trillion globally. That's an annual number. So there's a tremendous amount of deal flow in this space. We're scratching at the surface today, just in terms of providing a solution to serve that market. In the U.S., we see north of 1,000 organizations that would use a solution like Katipult to automate this space, to serve the needs that they have in terms of making it easy to transact and facilitate private capital deals. In Canada, the market's a little bit smaller than that, quite a bit smaller than that, in the range of between 35 and 50 organizations that we use a solution like Katipult. We're focusing on North America, but there's definitely upside in Western Europe as well. But really, the focus is on North America for us.
Mm-hmm. And then Gord, we're sort of at the end of the interview here. Just in general, what's sort of the key message you want our listeners to sort of walk away with today? And if there's anything we sort of missed that we should have talked about, this is your opportunity. But what's the key thing you want everybody to really understand about Katipult?
Yeah, I think our story with respect to the depth and breadth of our product set, I probably haven't spent enough time to talk about the full end-to-end capability. If investors or the audience is looking for more information on that, certainly they can visit katipult.com to really get an appreciation of what we've done to provide a complete service for this space and this market. I think that given what we've done with our product, given the investments we've made, I think the real story for us is to expand our footprint, our revenue base. Certainly look for some additional news coming out around what we're doing around the Katipult Mesh Network and the capabilities and advantages that we bring to the market with respect to really making private capital flow easily, readily, and frictionless in a frictionless way.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Well, listen, like I said, as someone who's experienced what the back office looks like, guys like you are a godsend to make that back office function a lot more effectively. So we look forward to seeing more customers. Certainly looking forward to when you guys attack the US market in a bigger way. We look forward to further updates as we go. So appreciate the time you had with us today, and certainly look forward to catching up with you in the near future.
Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate it. Nice to chat with you.
Fantastic. So we've been speaking with CEO Gord Breese of Katipult, symbol FUND on the Venture Exchange. Once more, thanks again, Gord, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye now.